Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back there, daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys to hit that like button. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course, I always do greatly appreciate it. So at the time that I am recording this, it's roughly midnight. We are sitting at about roughly $30,000 on Bitcoin. Most of the altcoin, market is kind of just sitting stable. We did see a few kind of jumping out a little bit. A few are up significantly, as you guys do see. On the 7-day spend, you could really kind of see those gains showing through. With Bitcoin Gold actually up 29% on the 7-day spend, which is surprising. And of course, you guys can see the other altcoins that are up pretty significantly right here. But I did take a significant, position on an altcoin today. For those that do want to find out which altcoin that is, you guys are more than welcome to go check it out on ncashofficial.com. I have it right here. I purchased $3,000. I'm looking for it to turn into about roughly 40K, and it could go much higher, but it's basically a no-risk purchase, and I'm going to be showing you guys exactly what I do within that video to make it a no-risk purchase. If you guys are more than welcome to go check that out if you are interested in that. Now, of course, today, I don't want to waste too much time or anything like that. We are going to be talking about XRP, and we're going to be talking about a lot of things happening around a settlement. We're also going to be talking about Swift, so let's dive in on a few things. So for those that missed it, there was a massive meeting just recently, WF 2022, where a lot of things were discussed and a lot of updates came from this overall meeting as well. But the first one that I really want to talk to you guys a little bit about is the fair notice defense from Ripple. So we do see down here, Ripple CEO reveals he visited SEC several times before the lawsuit struck. We do see, that they were talking more so about, again, regulatory clarity and regulations within the United States. And we do see here, the overwhelming majority of people working within the crypto industry are good actors that want to do right by regulators. But when the rules of the road are unclear, it's very difficult to manage that. We do see down here, later in the conversation, Garlinghouse revealed that he personally went to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission office 4 to 5 times in the years leading up to the decision to file a lawsuit, stating that there is no justification for legally categorizing the Ripple associated asset XRP as a security. It demonstrates how out of step the United States is with the G20, Garlinghouse argued, citing Switzerland, Singapore, and United Kingdom and Japan as nations with the more favorable regulatory environments for cultivating technological innovation. And we actually do see over here, in terms of regulatory, certainty, the U.S. is behind other countries. There is much better clarity in Japan, Singapore, and Switzerland to invest. I actually do see down here, as a U.S. entrepreneur, when people ask me about starting the crypto company, I say don't incorporate in the United States. And honestly, I do completely agree. I mean, right now, I think that we are clearly in the crosshairs of the SEC. I think that they are, honestly terrified of crypto at this point. I think that we are coming for the bankers. I think that the bankers know that we are. And I think that they are absolutely terrified of this technology because guess what it does? It eats at the fees that a lot of these banks and bankers actually live on. When we talk about, price gouging, those fees for cross-border payments are absolutely massive, especially when you were talking about, high-value payments. So to me, obviously, we know why Ripple was targeted. And honestly, in terms of the, fair notice defense, I think that Ripple definitely has the upper hand over the SEC within that area. But the problem is that we are seeing delay after delay after delay. And honestly, I think that it is a massive shakeout opportunity right now. I think that when we are looking at things happening around the SEC, I think that they are trying to shake out retail individuals and weak hands through patience. You got to understand that yes, you could, be shaken out by price action all day long, but the easiest way to shake out retail individuals is patience. A lot of people actually lack patience, and I've seen it myself. As a content creator within the crypto scene, I talk about assets that could do, possible major runs, and people are like, "Well, when? When? I've been invested for 6 months, a year," and it's like, these are investments. You got to understand that things take time, and you got to have patience, especially when we're talking about finance. But we also do see here, we all agree that consumer and market protections are needed, but saying that every token besides Bitcoin maybe is a security is a combination of bad law and bad policy, all in the name of the SEC's political land grab over the asset class. The SEC's jurisdiction is not limitless. And we do see down here, this is from Gary Gensler, by the way, while crypto markets may offer new ways for entrepreneurs to raise capital and for investors to trade, we all still need investor and market protections. Let's not risk undermining 90 years of securities laws and create some regulatory arbitrage or loopholes. And the funny thing about this, right? I hate the fact that they're always incorporating the idea on we still need investor protection. Listen, if you wanted to, protect investors, you wouldn't drop a massive lawsuit on an asset that, I'm telling you, hundreds of thousands of individuals were invested in, with life savings, with massive amounts of money, and you drop this on them, and all of a sudden individuals are losing everything. And I'm not saying that you should over leverage and over invest, absolutely not, but that there's people that will do that. So to me, I think that when we're looking at the SEC, they're basically fighting their own motto, right? And honestly, when we look at things like this, I don't even want to honestly listen to it, but when we look at things like this video, it really kind of shows their hand that they are playing here. And listen closely to this.
There's no reason to treat the crypto markets differently just because different technology is used. We should be technology neutral, but not policy neutral about these core public policy goals that we've laid out, we've debated. Congress has come together with prior administrations and embedded in laws. The SEC is embedded in regulations. New technologies come along all the time. The question is how we adjust to those new technologies. But make no mistake, we already live in a digital age. That's not what's new here. We have digital money. That's how you buy a cup of coffee, or you get paid your wages, or you pay your tuition at school, right?
Oh, I love how they try to compare the digital age because you can make payments online or, through a credit card or a debit card and compare it to crypto. It is absolutely different. And I tell you guys this all the time. When you swipe your debit card, you are not making a purchase immediately. You are making a pre-approved payment. And what that means is there's liquidity, right? It is a pre-approved payment at that certain point in time that is trying to source that liquidity to make that purchase. And that is why the settlement time on that purchase is so slow, because it is going through the legacy systems. Those legacy systems are inefficient and they do not work. And that is not the digital age. Digital age is having real-time settlement, feeless payments, transparent payments. We're talking about digitization and ultimately changing the entire landscape of payment infrastructures. That's how I know these people don't actually understand crypto, is that they think that it is just, a fancy digital age of payments, but it's not. You gotta understand the technology behind this asset class before you even try to regulate it. And listen closely to the rest of this video.
The days of physical stock certificate ended decades ago. So there's nothing new about the digital component here. There's also nothing new about people raising money to fund their projects. Entrepreneurs with good ideas have found, yes, another way to raise money, the crypto markets, the initial coin offerings and the like. That's not new either. But crypto may offer a new way for entrepreneurs to raise the capital and for investors to bet on those entrepreneurs. But we still need investor and market protection. We already have robust ways to protect investor trading on platforms, and we have robust ways to protect investors when entrepreneurs want to raise money from the public. We ought to apply those same protections in the crypto markets, and I say again to the platforms, whether trading or lending or the tokens. Come in, work through, register. We'll figure out how the regulations work. We'll adapt where it need be and where appropriate to achieve the core mission. But let's not risk undermining 90 years of securities laws and create some regulatory arbitrage or loophole, or frankly, wait until the public is so hurt that it reacts and you lose the trust that those entrepreneurs are trying to build in these.
I hate that they are always trying to put in the idea on, we're waiting until the public is so hurt. I'm telling you right now, if you are being hurt in crypto, it is because you are investing idiotically into meme coins. And I really say that with my utmost, respect to those individuals, because listen, if you're going to risk it like it is a casino, you're most likely going to lose and the house is going to win. Nobody is actually getting hurt by investing into utility gems. We are investing into utility tokens that have massive opportunities and potential. The only thing that is hurting this entire market is stifling innovation through, again, picking clear winners and losers, and that is the problem here. And we actually did see Jeremy Hogan quote this and say, SEC Chair Gensler, come on in and we'll figure out how regulations work. SEC 2023 budget requests $2.15 billion, and it can't be bothered to draft clear regulations for a new industry. That's what we are paying for U.S. taxpayer. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm telling you guys, taxes go to things like this, and you can clearly see the problem. You could also see how the money is essentially, being paid and burned because nothing is actually happening. And now they are requesting more money, and it's just comical to me. And we also just hear best evidence yet digital asset buy is from Johnny Deaton. Why did Ethereum Joseph signal out XRP only and point out XRP didn't get the same clarity from Hinman and Clayton as Ether and Bitcoin? I've said it since 1/1/21, 6 days after Ripple and XRP were sued. The lawsuit was used as a weapon. And yeah, listen closely to this. This is pretty comical to say the least.
So we are big friends and fans of that organization. I think they're really understanding the space well. They are applying this thing called securities law to business in America and other places, as they have done for many decades successfully. They're identifying fraudulent projects. They're identifying obvious transgressions of securities law, but they haven't had a heavy touch, really. They've been gathering information. They've been taking some actions. They've been very clear that they understand there is this new construct, this protocol-based open platform.
So you think they get it?
Yeah, we believe they get it. They've introduced a new construct, decentralization, into their thinking. So in addition to the Howey test, they have this new construct that they're seeing certain things in. So they consider the Bitcoin network and token and issuance mechanisms. They consider the Ethereum network token and issuance mechanisms to be decentralized, and therefore no transactions involving those particular assets are considered to be transactions of securities. They have not said the same thing about other tokens, the Ripple token, for instance, and they were clear that they were going to come out with statements to sort of assess these different tokens, and I believe they've made all the statements about decentralization that they're going to make. And so Bill Hinman, Director of Corporate Finance, has been very clear about what you can do and what you can't do, and decentralization is a new element that they're working with.
I love how he also mentioned Hinman at the end. Gotta love that. Honestly, when we look at things like this, yeah, I mean, Ether and Bitcoin basically got the free pass while XRP was targeted. Also, I think that these individuals also knew exactly what was going to happen before things actually did move forward. I think that that's also pretty interesting as well. I mean, to be honest with all of you, I mean, when we look at things happening around XRP, Ether, and Bitcoin, it's clearly, to me, it's just clear that XRP was targeted because of the, the potential behind it. When I look at things happening around this space, it's really, I would say it's really sad to see things being stifled like this. I mean, you clearly have something that is working. All right, RippleNet combined with the power of XRP is changing the entire payment landscape as we know it. It is revolutionizing a legacy system that has not been changed in over 60 years. And here we have, in the United States, an agency targeting assets simply because they can pick winners and losers with no clear insight at all. I would understand it if, regulatory sort of guidelines were put in place and, again, fair notice was given, but there was no fair notice. This lawsuit came, out of absolutely nowhere, and the only people that really got hurt was investors, okay? The retail investors like you, me, everyone that is in XRP right now has been hurt. Even the ones that were holding long term, even the ones that were holding short term that bought the dip in the SEC lawsuit, all of you were hurt. Price action was, stifled greatly on XRP as a token. You know, you could look at the Ethereum and Bitcoin run that started at around the same time that Johnny Deaton is essentially saying here on the 1st of January of 2021. You've seen the price action change drastically, the momentum build around crypto. Altcoins started to go crazy. We've seen the graph go pretty crazy. We've seen Dogecoin go off. I mean, altcoins were absolutely insane. XRP ran to a little bit of like roughly $2. But it was not on major exchanges. There was not enough volume flowing into XRP because, again, nobody really wanted to touch it because they were worried and scared about regulations. I mean, obviously, yes, if you believed in what the token was and if you knew what you held, you were buying XRP, you were in XRP at that time. But a lot of individuals weren't able to actually get into it. And I'm telling you right now, if there was no SEC lawsuit, if XRP was never delisted and things were continuing to move forward, XRP would have ran much higher than $2 at that time. And I really want you guys to understand that. And I want you guys to understand why XRP also was targeted. Now, with that in mind, I really do hope that you guys enjoyed that video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.